No, I'm the ethical Deltarune player. When I control Kris like a meat puppet and rob them of their bodily autonomy, I do it in a nice way. Because media is wholesome. The moral culpability innate to the role of the player? That sounds stupid. I'd rather be wholesome. Sorry, Kris, but I paid $25 to Toby Fox. Hey fellas, and welcome back to With a Y. And today I wanted to talk about a topic that we've touched on in previous videos, but that I haven't really dedicated a whole lot of time to talking about specifically. If I'm doing these Deltarune videos every other day, I want to do my best to not make them repetitive, so that there may be like some crossover topic territory here that we've touched on in the past, but I think there's like enough here to get something worthwhile discussing out of it. I want to talk about the price we have put on a Lightner's life. $25. That's as much as it costs to justify taking someone's agency. It's the excuse you hear where it's like, listen, Kris, I'm the sole hand on your shoulder, buddy, but that was like 4 hours of federal minimum wage work that I spent on this game, man, so you're just gonna have to deal with whatever I make you do, right? It's kind of like another one of the joke excuses that people make for the moral dubiousness in the context of the game world we have by playing Deltarune at all. It's the why did Kara do that, or why did Gaster make the game this way, all that sort of stuff. People interpret this in a lot of different ways. The $25 for some people is like a sacrifice they made that, like, you know, they jokingly use to justify the guilt they feel for what they do to this poor fucking kid. Also, the irony of me talking about like the morality of taking over this fucking random they-them teenager's body, and then also me having like a little fucking desktop pet version of them, like, yes, I have control of you even outside of the game. It's not lost on me, but others don't use it as like a cushion for their guilt. They use it as an excuse to be as evil as they want. You've seen this one, Kris watching me get the most out of my $25. I want to get the most out of my $25. Kris bullied me and I want revenge. I want to have freedom in my game. Aw, look who can't admit they just want to be evil. And this is true, like some people just want to do the weird route to do it, and that Des Holiday roleplay account from earlier obviously takes some umbrage with that, but where they say the $25 you spent only give you a pass to control Kris, but you gotta keep your hands off Noelle, man. I also like the interpretation where the $25 we spent is justification for us to rage bait Kris with it. From Krylon Heretic, you're trying to like villainize me for piloting you like some sort of meat Gundam. All I'm saying is I coughed up the $25 to be here, and that's in US dollars, man. Kris, have you seen what the cost of this game in Canada was and what people were playing? You gotta give them a pass. That's $25, man. Showing Kris the $25 that was spent that legally allows me to control their body. I need to see Kris drawn in a, I love my bodily autonomy, but $25 is $25. Except he's angry and actively trying to take it off. They them pronouns, you bastard. But yeah, this shirt whips. It looks like something Mr. Beast would have made merch out of like a decade ago. I also like how this theory kind of comes across if you're one of those people who headcanon in some way like me, that Kris actually had to do with the soul being in their body and them being in the predicament they are right now. You know, whether through manipulation by Carol to house the soul as a cage or some shit. The idea that even though they were complicit in this whole thing, they still just beat the fuck out of you and hate you. It's like, bro, you put me in here! I wanted my own game character, but you fucked me up! And this is my thing. I think if Kris got to know me, they wouldn't hate me so much, man. They'd see I'm not such a bad guy. Kris, when they realize the person who bought their life for $25 is also non-binary. Homie, we're like on the same fucking page. We got the same pronouns. At least, you know, one of them's the same. Me showing Kris the Nintendo eShop receipt that says I can control their life for $24.99. I guess it wasn't exactly $25. That 1 cent difference is actually what makes it no longer justifiable that we're piloting them around like Ratatouille. It was like when you had to keep your COVID vaccine card on you to go inside any public establishment a few years back. At least in Canada where I was. You didn't really have to do that in the States, I guess. In that same vein of people not using the $25 they spent as a moral loophole or scapegoat, it wasn't a sacrifice I made. It was something that gives me dominion over you, buddy. Has Kris considered that I paid $25 and it's my damn video game and they aren't reals and I could delete their whole world right now if I wanted to? Slick shit, man. They gotta add the bribery route where Kris hands a crisp $25 dreamer dollar to the soul and buys their freedom. Kris, if you really don't like this arrangement, get me my body back and we have a deal, my friend. Sorry, Kris, I gotta know what all the options do from Tangy. Are you a terrorist at the American Airlines check-in terminal? I paid $25 for this game. I gotta know what pressing yes does, man. There's obviously a TikTok bend to this where people are just like doing their own interpretations of Kris's internal dilemma. It also, like, kind of comes down to that Frisk never treated me the way Kris does, man. That was my goat. Teenagers are, like, all rebellious and never want to do what you tell them to, even if it's for their own good. Toddlers, on the other hand, are much easier to manipulate and are much more likely to go along with whatever you say. Because I said so is a line of reasoning that actually might work with that age group. I've also seen, like, some people say shit like paying the $25 wasn't even worth it for a game that's like pixels or some shit. And to whoever thinks that, you're wrong, and you're stupid and wrong. All the updates for the game are gonna be free after this point. $25 is a very reasonable price in the games industry of the modern day. Sorry, Kris, I paid $25 for the game. Has also partially turned into a copy pasta that people will just use in the captions of their Deltarune related posts if they can't think of anything else. Like, you have this hard-ass edit that I cannot play the music from because it's copyrighted. Shout out 1 Foot Subway, this shit actually whips. Yeah, and what do you think they captioned this really, really well-made piece of media? Sorry, buddy, I paid $25 for this. Now go to the festival with Bergley. $25, Kris, my friend. Don't forget that. You're going to the festival with Bergley because I think it's funny. They're holding the wilted flower emote, man. I hope they consider me a buddy of theirs by the end of the game. I'm only doing the nice things. I feel like Kris should get over the self-esteem issues that come inherent with something piloting your body and being more active and outgoing, and that is when people start to think you're cool and make friends with you. The questions of, do the people who like me now even like me for me, or is it just because of somebody else piloting my life for me? And from the outside, to many people, almost doing a better job, like they think I'm getting better because I just happen to not be the one in control anymore. You're gonna have to get over that, man. You're gonna do what I say. It was $25. That's not cheap. If Kris could talk to the player, there would absolutely be some universes out there where the player just like completely confirms all of those insecurities and self-esteem issues. This isn't Deltarune. Kris would be nothing without me. I control every action they make, every breath they take for a small price of $25. I'm making your life better and you're gonna like it. Like, look at all the stuff we do for Kris. Like, we took money out of our wallets to make Kris's life better, and this is how they treat us for it. Like, dude, stop being so dramatic, mate. It's not that deep. Noelle's gonna be fine, and you get to go to the festival with her tomorrow on the weird route. How is that not a good outcome?
I'm crying real tears.
This is like the shimeji stuff that you see crawling around my monitor in recent videos. The person who made them, it's like $1 on coffee to get these little guys, and they're cool and do neat little things, and I like it. But I think at the end of the day, the person Kris should really take their grievances up with is Toby Fox, who made their existence miserable in this specific way. He's the guy who gets my $25. If you think you should be getting the money for us taking your agency, take it up with the dude who made you, man. I didn't decide to make the world like this. When in doubt, you can blame everything on Tricky Tony as the god and architect of this world. Everything that you hate about me, Kris, was put into that position by him. Anyways, that's all I got. Let me know what you guys would make Kris do, because you spent the requisite $25 to do whatever you want with their life. That kwytebox email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.